It's finally happening, guys. It's finally happening. Oh my gosh. Weapon skins. Let's go. I can't believe we're getting weapon skins finally. I have been wanting a system like this for so long, and we've just never got it. Now we finally get it. We finally get weapon skins. We're getting a great one moose. We're getting a ton of amazing things. Like, my gosh, this is such a... It's gonna be such a cool update. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so sick. Alright, let's go ahead and smoke some whitetail as we talk about the new map. What is your guys' favorite thing that they showed off? Because for me, it's gotta be the weapon skins and the species on older maps. Like, adding new species to older maps. And the Great One Moose. I mean, all of it is exciting. In my opinion, the map is the least exciting part of it. But I don't even care because there's so much other great stuff being added. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited for it. The species moving around? Yeah, Duxton, that's a pretty good one. That is gonna be a pretty good feature. Yeah, the species to older maps, I definitely like that one, Red Bandit. Gonna be great. Green-winged teal and pheasants. Nice. Nice, Kian. Excited. Yeah, I already read that. Only like the map because I'm from New England. I think it's gonna be a fun map. Like, I actually think it is gonna be a fun map. However, it's definitely not what I was hoping for. But it looks like it'll be a cool Great One grinding map with 3 different possible Great Ones on it. So that's gonna be fun at least. As a Great One grinder, that's probably the most exciting thing about the map for me so far. But again, we're gonna have to see more of it before I can really make a full decision on whether or not I like or hate the map. No, they're not resetting the Whitetail Ancient. They said they're not. The only thing resetting is the Moose, the Mouflon, and the Mountain Lions. I believe those are the only ones that he said were getting changes. And I believe that's just because of, like, time, like, drink time changes and stuff like that. I believe so, at least. No. Whitetail are getting a, like, new model. We're getting a new model for the Whitetail, but it's not going to require a population reset. Yeah, definitely, Kian. I'm interested to see more on the new map. It looks really cool, though. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of requests for an East Coast United States map for years. As much as you guys don't want to believe that there's people out there that still want NA maps, there's a lot of people that still want North America. One of the highest requested maps I've seen besides Africa 2.0 and Australia is an East Coast United States map. There is so many people that I've seen request that over the years, so they were bound to add one eventually. And I think they decided that this would be the best way to do it so that they're not making it an update that's just a map. Do a map that's a little bit less work intensive, that's not going to take as long to make because of no new species, and then give us a bunch of other stuff along with it, like the weapon skins, animals on old reserves, like things like that. And I'm okay with it. I think that stuff is just as exciting as a new map would be. So I'm perfectly fine with the map not being the main focus, because I think all the other updates that are coming with it are even better. I mean, there's still time to get them beasts. You could always grind until they do the reset. At this point, we don't even know when the update is. It could be a month, it could be 2 months. Hard to say. Hey, Revive, how's it going, man? Did you see all of the, announcements for the brand new map? All of the features coming with it? It's pretty exciting, man. The map itself is not going to be that crazy, but it's the stuff that is coming along with the update that is going to be crazy. We're getting weapon skins, we're getting a Great One Moose, a bunch of species are being added to the older maps. Like, for example, we're going to get black-tailed deer on Silver Ridge Peaks. That's pretty incredible. I'm excited for that one. We're going to get stuff like a turkey on Layton. There's going to be like pheasants on Hirschfelden. There's going to be so much stuff added. And Medved's finally getting some love with Grey Wolf and Capercaillies. So much new content. I am like blown away at how much they're packing into this update. And like, now it makes sense, you know? It makes sense why the next map isn't gonna have any new species and it's another NA map. Because they put so much work into like other stuff to make the game itself better. I know, Chris, same. I just can't believe we're getting so much in one update. It really looks like Call of the Wild is moving in the right direction, man. I feel like Call of the Wild is moving in the right direction. They're doing quite well recently. Alright, so I'm actually trying to get this zone to go back to being ones, because I keep getting ones in zones that I don't want them. And so we're going to try and get this zone to be level ones. Yeah, definitely revive. Definitely. Yeah, I'm excited too, Terry. I am a little bit concerned about the Greater Kudu, though, as Jaxie did say that he had 2 lists that said something different. So I'm wondering if maybe that was a typo, or maybe the other one was a typo, but I'm gonna hold off on the Greater Kudu just in case it was a typo. Because at the end of the stream, he was saying that he had 2 different lists that said different things were being added to Africa. So hopefully we are getting Greater Kudu, but just in case we're not, I'm going to not hype myself up too much about it, as we don't know if that was the proper list or if the other list he was reading was the proper one. Can we spot you, sir? Nope, I guess not. Well, we're going to take that one then. Ah, it is a 2. Honestly, that's a fence rack too. We can leave it in this zone. I'm trying to get this zone to be a zone I don't have to hunt anymore. So I am perfectly fine with leaving that fence rack too. It's practically the same as a 1. Yeah, Aaron, I'm excited about it. It's not my #1 pick, but it'll still be a fun one to go for. And the fact that he said there's going to be 5 fur types is phenomenal. That is so good that there's going to be 5 fur types for the Great One Moose. Now the question is, like, are each of the fur types going to... Like, is there going to be multiple racks along with it? Like, can there be multiple racks and multiple furs that can all randomly be put with each other? That would be so cool if that's the case. Maybe at some point, Thomas. I'm not going to do a Black Bear Great One grind yet. I'm probably going to wait for this next update, to be honest. Because they're supposedly going to be fixing the mountain lion problem. And the new map is going to have black bear, so I'm going to wait until the new update, probably. Though I guess there is a possibility that if we get another Great One Whitetail before this update hits, maybe I'll jump on Mississippi and grind for a bear. We'll see. Yeah, for sure, Ormy. It's awesome, man. It's so good to see. Happy to see the game getting hyped up once again. I noticed recently it was starting to build up again. I noticed a lot more people were watching. And now the hype is real with a brand new map coming. Just insane. Can't believe it. Brand new map with the best update alongside it. Amazing. Nice, we got them all. We need to take that one too. I love this zone. This zone randomly got another herd. I don't know where this herd came from, but crazy that we have another herd at this lake. I thought this lake couldn't get any better because it was already super open and had a really reliable herd. And now I've got a bunch more here. Yeah, but it is what it is, Kian. I mean, we got so many different things in this. I'm not too worried about Yukon only getting 1 species. I mean, it's the same with Hirsch, right? It just got pheasant. Layton only got turkey. But that's more than we've ever got before, so I'm perfectly fine with it. It's a really great first step. And who's to say they won't do this in the future as well? We could get more species on the maps as well. Hard to say. Hey, Jordan, how's it going, dude? What do you think of all this? Yeah, me too, Ormy. I think my #1 most excited, or the thing I'm most excited for is the skins. The weapon skins is something I've been wanting for a long time. But the Great One Moose and the animals to old reserves is also very, very exciting. It's honestly hard to choose like what I'm most excited for because it's all amazing. I honestly think this is going to be the greatest update Call of the Wild has ever released. By far the most jam-packed update. Now the only thing that I wish for now, please make it a bug-free release. If it's a bug-free release, this will be the greatest update they've ever released. Which is crazy to think about. I don't know where the other... There it is. It definitely could be, Duxton. With this much content, there's bound to be a couple. That's the only thing I'm worried about is, how many bugs is there gonna be? Me too, CJ. That's probably my favorite backfilling as well. Having Blacktail on another map is something I've been asking for so long. And this really opens up the Blacktail to being a possible future Great One. Now that they're on 2 maps, high possibilities we could get them as a Great One in the future. Nice little level 3 to start the day out. Beautiful. Also, guys, I've got my whitetail grind to a phenomenal point where at this point, I'm really only grinding maybe 10 spots. And so I'm able to do claiming tents in a lot of locations. And so it's really speeding up how fast we can grind. I went from being able to maybe get 40 deer an hour to probably being able to get 70, maybe even 80 if I'm lucky. Hey, first diamond of the day, 256.37. First diamond of the day, guys. Let's just increase that diamond counter real quick to 162. Now, let's go over to probably... Let's go over to this lake right here. I think we shot one here already, but we need to get another one. Because I'm pretty sure there's 2 over there. Yeah, the aggressive moose is going to be cool. I'm excited for that. Yeah, Capercaillie and Medved is amazing. I do love that. It's going to be cool to see a bird species on Medved. Like, I didn't expect that. But I'm very happy about it. Okay, they aren't there. And it looks like the one I shot disappeared as well. Okay, that's great. Doing great. Yes, Amazing Pizza, it's confirmed to be a Moose Great One. There's a brand new map coming. Weapon skins are a thing. A bunch of animals are being brought to the old maps as well. This update's insane. Hey, Jordan, it's going great, man. I am having such an amazing day, especially with this announcement. My gosh. So cool. Alright, let's try a time reset real quick. Gonna just time reset spam till this herd shows up. Yeah, it is a massive update. Yeah, Columbia, there's going to be aggressive moose with this update. They're finally changing the behaviors of them. Oh, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but my brother caught this immediately. When Jaxie was fast traveling on the new map, there was that like a loading screen that showed the Great One Whitetail, and it showed the new Whitetail models. They they made the noses of the Whitetail look more realistic and stuff like that. They're not so rounded anymore. They actually improved the Whitetail model quite a bit. Pretty cool. It's awesome to see little things like this being added and tweaked. Stuff that desperately needed a change. Like, arguably the Whitetail were one of the most talked about older models in the game where pretty much everybody agreed that they needed some love. And they're finally going to get that love. I'd love to see the antlers get some love as well, but it's a good start. I'm happy about the actual model getting changed because it did look a little bit strange. They did look a little bit strange at first, so... They are adding a new moose model. Jaxie said that moose, red fox, and whitetail are getting the model reworks. So yeah, they're gonna get a rework. Now, as for what that rework's gonna look like, hard to say. We're gonna have to wait to see more about that, but It's cool. Yeah, hopefully, Caitlin. Hopefully it won't. Weapon customization goes for everything, Anthony. Every weapon in the game can have skin customization now. And it looks like it's going to be launching with like 20 different skins or something like that, which is massive. That is a lot of customization. No release date as of now. They've not announced anything. Oh, there was Ormy? I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out and see what they look like. I'm going to assume they probably made them a little bit fluffier since the Gray Fox are so fluffy. I'll have to check it out, though. Yeah, me too, Carrie. I hope it is a sim launch. That would be great. It was a huge fluff ball. That is amazing. I can't wait to check that out. I might have to do a follow-up video just talking about, like, the Steam page screenshots and the stuff like that and some of the info that we figure out as time goes on. Might end up having to do a follow-up video about it. Yeah, definitely, Myro, definitely. I actually don't remember. Did they show off, did they show off all of them? Ooh, that's a nice 3. That's a good 3 there. Beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, TSM. That's unfortunate, dude. Get better, man. Come on, Whitetail. There we go. Nailed him. Another. Is that a 3? No, it's a 2. Well, we're hitting shots today. Jaxie wouldn't talk about multi-mounts. I wonder if that means we're going to get some multi-mounts. I guess we'll see. I would imagine we got to be getting a moose multi-mount, right? If there's a moose great one, we got to get a moose multi-mount. Oh my gosh, I swear, if they do like a massive multi-mounts update with this as well, that'd be so crazy. Nice, Tiniest Duck Farm. Me too, X3. It's gonna be fun. No clue, Jamie. They haven't talked about it. Yeah, I'd like to see non-typicals as well. Imagine a multi-mount with 3 male moose. That would be crazy, Sinaldo. Like one that takes up the XXL platform. That would be wild. Would love to see that. 272. That's a big buck. Man, guys, that's a big one. 163 on the counter. Massive diamond whitetail down, but not quite tax worthy. I'm only taxing 273 plus since herd management is going to give us tons of these guys. That is pretty awesome, though. That's a good diamond. 2 fighting moose. Yeah, that could be cool. There's so many options. Like, there really is just so many options. We don't know, Carrie, and to be honest, I don't even know if that's going to be something that's coming. Because at the end, Jaxie said that he had 2 different lists. One of them said Kudu, and then one of them said something else. So, I'm not going to even, like, believe that it's going to be a thing until I hear a confirmation. Because, it sounded like he wasn't sure which list was the correct one. And if that's the case, who knows if it's actually Greater Kudu. I don't want to get my hopes up about it until I actually know for sure. So, yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up too much about Greater Kudu until we get a confirmation as to whether or not that he had the correct list or if it was the other list that he was reading off at the end. Because he started, when he was reading off the list at the end, when he got to Verhonga, he said, Verhonga Savannah, you're right, and then stopped. And then he was like, well, hang on, we got 2 different lists here. So, it's either Greater Kudu or whatever Yurit. I'm assuming Yurit is like, I don't even know. When does the update come out? No release date as of now. Yeah, muskox would have been cool, but they've got some limitations there with fur length. Euro Widgeon? Maybe. Wait, did he fully say it? Or no? Because I didn't hear whether or not he did. I kind of cut the, I cut the stream off short to get the video made, so did he actually say what it was, or is that just a guess? Oh, he fully said it? Oh, Eurasian Widgeon, okay. So it's either Eurasian Widgeon or Greater Kudu. No clue. I agree, X3. I'm happy to see that pronghorn are getting added, though. It's a very welcomed change. Pronghorn to Rancho is phenomenal. I'm going to be hunting them there so much, because that is, like, the prime location. Like, in real life, that'd be a prime location for pronghorn. It's going to be so cool. Could be both, maybe. All I'm saying is, I'm not going to get too excited about Greater Kudu until we get confirmation of whether or not it's the correct one. Because there's a chance that it's not actually, and then that brings another question. Why was it on there if it's not coming? That's something I'm a little bit curious about. Like, if he got 2 lists, and it's not the Greater Kudu that's coming, why was it on the list? And who gave him a list that had that on there? I just want to know how that happened. Like, how did he get 2 different lists that have 2 different animals? And who knows, maybe it was a purposeful Easter egg or something. Maybe it's hinting towards something in the future. It's so hard to tell. I'm kind of hoping that it was like an inadvertent hint or something. Yeah, they put Blacktail on SRP, Yon. I'm super excited about that, man. I've been wanting Blacktail somewhere else forever, man. Yeah, Doll Sheep to Yukon would be cool. That is definitely something I would like to see. I wonder if they'll ever do that. What do I think about babies? I don't know. Baby animals. I don't know if it would fit Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild's kind of a shoot everything game. So, I don't think they'd ever add those. In fact, I think they've said before they wouldn't. Wapiti, thank you so much for the 12 months, dude. 1 year as a member. That is incredible. Welcome back, dude. Maybe toxic, maybe. That'd be awesome if it is. Like, it just makes me wonder why that was on there if it isn't the edition that's coming to Virhonga. Nice, Brian. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I know a lot of people wanted an East Coast United States map. That was probably the 3rd or 4th most requested thing I've seen over the last couple years. The most requested maps I hear about is Africa 2.0, Australia, another Canada map, or I guess a Canada map. And then the last thing that I always hear a lot of people mention is that they'd like a map based on various states in the East Coast. Everybody's got like a different state they'd like it to be modeled off of. It looks like they decided to go with New England mountains, which is pretty sweet. It's going to be a fun map. Definitely not my #1 choice, but I'm just interested to see how the Great One grinding is going to be on it. And like how it's going to be for stuff like pheasants and some of the different birds. That's going to be fun. And mallards to Tiabaroa? That's going to be interesting. I never thought I'd be having mallards fly over me while I'm grinding for the Great One red deer. But I guess that's going to be kind of cool to figure out how that's going to work. No, I don't think it does, Wapiti. They would never tease an actual Great One in the trailer. They typically would save the hype for an actual live stream or for us to find out. I don't think they would show the Great One moose in the trailer. I feel like that moose that they showed there, I don't think that's impressive enough to be a Great One moose. Not based off of what Jaxie was saying. If anything, maybe it's like maybe it's a new diamond rack or something. Didn't look big enough to be a Great One to me. Unless they're going the route of normal size antlers, but special fur types. Because Jaxie did say that it was going to have a bunch of different fur types. So maybe it's possible that the Great One moose is just going to have 5 different fur types like Jaxie mentioned, and maybe there's not any crazy non-typical antlers or anything. I don't know. We'll have to see. They didn't really give us too much to go off of there. I mean, I've always thought the Great One Red Deer is impressive in rack size carry. It's got more tines than any of the other Red Deer racks and is on par with some of the real-life world records. I think what makes it look smaller is because it's not as tall as the Diamond Rack, but the Diamond Rack is pretty unrealistically tall. Red Deer don't typically get that tall in real life. Hey Huntress, how's it going? How you doing? That could be cool, Columbia. That could definitely be cool. Yeah, Chris, there is a lot of stuff coming, man. So much content. It is the scoring system, Carrie. The scoring system doesn't account for the tines in the middle of the antler. Red Deer have had a bad scoring system ever since they released True Racks. It's not the rack, it's the scoring system that kind of sucks for Red Deer. They just score them very weird. Hoping they will improve the Red Deer scoring with time. But for now, we just got to deal with it, unfortunately. That was my thoughts too, Ben. Like, what if we're going to get a Blacktail Great One in the future? They're on 2 maps now. Which brings them into the possibilities for a Great One. Because they've said before that they want Great Ones, the first few Great One species to be on multiple maps, with one of those maps being a base game map. So this definitely does set up Blacktail to be a possible future Great One. And honestly, when I first saw that, that made me so excited. Like, when I heard him say Blacktail Deer on SRP, I got so excited. Yeah, pheasants are going to be on a lot of maps, man. It's going to be awesome, though. Really happy to see some of the upland birds and waterfowl getting moved to other maps. Really cool. Thoughts on pronghorn on Rancho? I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Like, it's just so nice to see a bunch of the old maps getting some love with more species being added to them. It's so nice. Oh, really, Ben? That's not good, man. You miss half the good stuff, like the weapon skin system. That's one of the things I'm most excited about. Weapon skin system is going to be fire. Hey, Swayze, how's it going? What maps should you play? How about Leighton Lakes, Graham? How many kills do I have? On the current Great One grind, it's just over 15,000. Well, not current Great One grind, like all of my Whitetail kills combined. Current grind is about 1,000, I believe. Just under 1,000. I've been grinding really hard the last few days. And now that I got my, my herds in a really good spot, we can just blow through everything super fast. As you guys are seeing, these are the fastest whitetail runs we've done in ages. What populations are getting reset? Just the moose, mouflon, and mountain lion. That's it. Those are the only resets coming with this update, which is great. It's nice to see that we're not going to have a ton of pop resets. Love to see that. Well, blacktail aren't really in Alaska. That's Sitka blacktail. It's a subspecies of the blacktail deer, so I imagine that's why they didn't do it. I mean, it really just comes down to whenever you want to do it, Carrie. There's no like a set number that you have to go to. It's just kind of like whenever you get satisfied with the amount of 4s and below on your map. That's really all it comes down to with stacking the diamonds. Once you've got the amount of low levels you want, then you're good to stop stacking. As far as I know, I don't believe there's going to be a rework to the racks of the whitetail bison. I think it's just going to be the model. But maybe the racks will get changed. I hope they do, because a lot of the whitetail racks don't look very good. Really, the great ones are the only super good looking whitetail. Another one showed up there. Honestly, I wouldn't be too opposed to abandoning one of these zones eventually, just to condense where I have to hunt. Alright, later, Jan. I love it, Soper. I'm happy that they're doing it. That's probably one of my favorite changes. No, Columbia. It will not reset anything except mountain lions, moose, and mouflon. Those are the only ones getting reset. Thankfully. Is that a 3? Diamond potential 2, I believe. Got my first diamond moose yesterday. Nice, Marcus. That's awesome. What would I think about leopards if they were added? I think that'd be cool. Let's get this guy down. I mean, that's a fence rack 2 there. We could leave that. That's practically a 1. I would love to abandon this zone because there is... We could get like a lot of our level 1s just in this area. Which I think wouldn't necessarily be a bad move. Jungle map would be great. That would be pretty cool. What great one do I think should be next? Black-tail deer. Easily black-tail deer. After the moose, we gotta get black-tail deer. Yes, Bronny, we are getting a great one moose. They confirmed it this morning. So much amazing content coming with this update. How do you think Way of the Hunter has played out compared to what you think it will be? I think Way of the Hunter needs a lot of new content. My opinions on Way of the Hunter currently is that it's got such an amazing base. It's going to be a phenomenal hunting game. It already is a pretty good hunting game, but they need more content. They need more maps, which will obviously come with time. They need rare fur types, non-typicals. Once all that stuff's added, Way of the Hunter is going to be in a great position. Oh, wow, Charles, that's wild. I never thought about it that way. Hey, Steven, no information on when it's going to release as of now. My drink zones are in my Great One video from a couple days ago, J-Rix. Gold, unfortunate. Didn't quite make it. Oh well. Still a decent mail. Not really, David. It doesn't have enough content. That's what's holding Way of the Hunter back. It doesn't have enough content for replayability. 5 stars are way too easy to get. There's no bows in the game, which is a big thing for a lot of people. The game needs a lot more species. It needs, like I said, rare fur types. It needs non-typicals. Way of the Hunter's got a long ways to go before it's the best hunting game out. But it's definitely got a really good baseline for some amazing future updates. And it also comes down to personal preference, right? Some people are going to want a more arcadey experience like Call of the Wild. Others are going to want a more realistic experience, but even as somebody who likes realistic hunting, Way of the Hunter needs more content. That's just it's the way it is. They need more content to keep the game interesting for most people, including myself. It's why I don't play Way of the Hunter right now. I've already hunted both the maps very thoroughly, used all the guns, hunted a lot of each species, got a bunch of 5 stars, and at this point it's just like, well, more 5 stars to look for, I guess. Which is why I do Call of the Wild right now, because they have a lot more content to play around with. and are adding more content constantly. I know, Thomas, that's my thoughts as well. I don't know how anybody could be mad at this update. There's so much new content coming, and my game crashed. Not to mention the majority of this content is free. People always complain that there isn't enough free content. We're finally getting a bunch of free content. Yeah, definitely, Ben. Definitely. That's my thought, too. Like, that's exactly how it is. I mean, obviously, David. Obviously, I'm aware it's a new game, but point still stands. In its current state, it doesn't have enough content to keep most people interested for a long time. They need so much stuff added to Way of the Hunter for it to be up to par with Call of the Wild in its current state. I think Way of the Hunter is a great game, and I think it's going to be even better in the future, but it's just not there yet. Yeah, exactly, Cody. Call of the Wild is very balanced in terms of arcade and realism. They got a lot of realistic aspects, but at the same time, it doesn't take 10 years to find an animal like it does in the Hunter Classic. No, Tiniest. The Angler and Call of the Wild, they're two separate games with two separate dev teams. They're not even, like, in competition with each other. Yes, Braden. New England is the confirmed new map. Nice, Rain. That's awesome. That's super awesome to hear. It's always nice to hear when some of the, like, tips and tricks and guides and stuff help you guys out with getting better at the game or getting trophies or hitting more shots, stuff like that. It's always awesome to hear. Alright, not gonna grab those too far away. Let's check this zone real quick. If this zone doesn't have any shootable deer, I'm going to move the, I'm gonna move the tent from this spot. No, Graham, I don't really do missions that much, so I haven't finished the missions on, like, half of the maps. Medved is one of them. The new map will not be free, no. The new map will be a paid map, but everything else with the update is going to be free. There's going to be a weapon skin system added. There's going to be a moose crate one. A bunch of animals added to the older reserves. There's a lot of really awesome free content coming with this update. To the point where, like, the map isn't even the main focus, in my opinion. I don't even think the map is, like, the main thing with this update. There's so much stuff coming with it that's better. I don't remember off the top of my head, Macklin, but there is no new species on the new map. But I believe it's 15 species with a lot of small game, all 3 Great One species. Besides red deer. So I guess 3 of 4. Yeah, me too, Duxton, but I think all the other stuff made up for it for me. I was definitely hoping for a different map. But then again, we haven't really seen too much of this one. I guess it'll depend on how things are. I'm excited for Jaxie to show off more of the map. How many 270 plus red deer do I have right now? I believe it's like 7 of them? 6 or 7? Maybe more? Yeah, I guess the green-winged teal is new. And as for Greater Kudu, I don't want to speak on that yet because we don't know if that's really what he meant to say. As he did have 2 different lists. One said Eurasian Widgeon, the other said Greater Kudu, so chances are we get Eurasian Widgeon instead of Kudu. But again, that still brings the question up of why was Greater Kudu on one of the lists? Maybe it's a hint. I hope it's a hint. I really do. I hope it is. I hope it's a hint to things to come. Let's slap that bad boy right there. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it eventually, Nate. I couldn't see them not ever adding Africa 2.0. I think one of these days they will. Yeah, Parker, definitely. Yeah, like I said, I'm not super excited about the new map until I see more of it, but all the stuff coming with it, I'm very excited for. Moose, great one. Weapon skin system. All the animals being added to old reserves, especially the Blacktail on SRP, have just got me so excited. And another big one that we haven't talked about too much today is the 60 FPS on next-gen consoles. That's a pretty massive improvement. Because previously, if you had a current generation console, it was pretty difficult to get a steady like 50, 60 FPS. Now, supposedly, they've made it possible to run at a steady 60 FPS on current gen consoles. Hunt around water, Dalton. I don't know, Leo. From the overview he did, it looked like there was a lot of water. Like, those rivers were massive. Super long rivers, which makes me curious, like, is that going to mean that Whitetail will be super spread out? Are they going to only be in half the map, a quarter of the map, all of the map? So much is going to take into account, or we're going to have to take so much into account before we can even know if it's going to be a good Whitetail map. Same for Black Bear and Moose. Like, until we see their home ranges, it's hard to say if they're going to be good for Great One grinding. The way I see the update, we're getting a map with lots of animals on old maps. So instead of just one new map, we're getting all reworked ones. Yeah, basically. That's kind of how I've been viewing it as well. The new map is not the main feature of the update. It's not the main focus, and I think Jaxie even mentioned that this map had some things done so that they specifically could put more into this update in terms of quality of life stuff and new features like the skin system, the animals on old reserves, improvements to some of the existing animals, like all that type of stuff. And if that's the case, I'm fine with it. If they needed to dedicate more manpower to improving the game instead of designing new animals for the map, I'm fine with it. And that would also make sense why we didn't get Africa 2.0. Because I imagine Africa 2.0 would require an entirely new list of species and a lot of work. So my guess is they went with New England so that they could add all of this other stuff in. Maybe this time they had no new animals on the map because the next one will have mostly new ones and needs more time. Yeah, exactly what I'm thinking, Ormy. I feel like that's a very plausible opinion, right? Like, I feel like that's exactly what they're doing. Only time will tell, though. I'm really hoping that they will make the 2023 maps something crazy. Yeah, Connor, there's a Great One Black Bear in the game. Not sure, Elon. We're not sure when it's going to release. As of now, all we know is that it's going to be New England and that it should release before the end of the year. Also, did you guys notice that they announced this very early? Like, normally we would just be getting clues at this point. They announced it super early. It makes me wonder if it's going to release earlier than normal. Are we going to get a early December release instead of a mid or late one? I really hope so, because that would be really cool. Giraffe in Virhonga would be cool. It would. It definitely would be cool. I don't know. What would you guys add to Virhonga if you could add one species? If you could add one species to Virhonga, what would it be? For me personally, it would probably be zebras. I really like zebras. It would either be zebras or leopards. That would be my 2 choices to add to Virhonga Savannah. Because I just think an albino zebra would look pretty insane. Get these 2 down. Wonder how many kills we're going to get today. We have been absolutely slaughtering these whitetail now that we got these refined setups going. Nice, Shadow Hunter. That's awesome. Yes, eland would be awesome as well. That's another one. That's probably my 3rd. Eland, zebra, leopard. That's like my top 3 of what I would like to see on Virhonga if they ever add some more species to it. Yeah, JB, that's fine. It doesn't hurt to shoot a couple forests here and there. There are golden zebras, really? I didn't know that. Okay, guys, now with the information that golden zebras exist, who would want to see zebras on Virhonga? Now I really want to see them. What the? There we go. That just makes me want to see them even more. Have I seen a reverse zebra before? Wouldn't it just look the same? Or is that an actual thing that looks different? I mean, wouldn't it just look identical if it's reversed? I think reversing the stripes on a zebra would literally make it look the same. Unless you're talking about horizontal stripes. That could be interesting. Golden Great One Zebra? Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Hey, Clay Drew, how's it going, man? What are your thoughts on all of this crazy info that was dropped on us today? I am insanely excited, personally. Yeah, me too, Johnny. Leopards would be great. Might have been a diamond potential too, but I don't really care. To be fair, they've got lions, though, Furcana. And they've got endangered species in the game as well. European bison are endangered. Mexican bobcats are endangered. So I don't think... Oh, it would have been diamond. Wow. Yeah, that one would have been a diamond. I guess that's still one added to the diamond count. 164 diamond whitetail in total. Oh, well, it's a small rack. I don't really care about the small racks. To be honest, I was doing that last night as well. I blasted a couple small rack level 2s with the 300 just because I didn't want to switch weapons because it would have took time. That's when you know you're in the grinding mode. When you can't even bother switching from the 300 to the 308 because it would take too long. Oh, there we go. There's something. They are slowly making their way to their zone. You guys got this. I believe in you. You can do it. Okay, it's just the doe. Never mind. We'll come back later. Got you, ARL. Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. That would be pretty cool. I know, me too, Clay Drew, me too. All right, he went down. Yeah, it is a little bit disappointing that the muzzleloader doesn't work on Class 9. That is a bit disappointing. I'd like to see both the muzzleloaders be usable on Class 9, because I feel like right now it's kind of strange that you can only take Class 8 and below. Even though it does perfectly fine on stuff like K-Buffalo. Like, the muzzleloader actually does really good on them. So it is a bit odd that they went with a 4 to 8 class range for the muzzleloader. I'm curious why they did that. I know, right, Johnny? I mean, to be fair, the other muzzleloader is 50 caliber as well. But I mean, a 50 caliber from a muzzleloader is quite different from like an actual 50 caliber cartridge. Whoa, now. Where are you guys going? Is it already the end of their drink time? It must be. I might have just missed it. Yeah, Swell too. Okay. Good to know. There we go. All right, let's reset the time. No, it's a little bit different, Calman. It's a different thing. What should the next great one be? I really want to see black-tailed deer. Yeah, Bison, there's so many cool updates coming. I agree. I don't really care for the map as much as I do the rest of the stuff. Pretty fantastic, all the things they're adding. Is the muzzleloader free in the update? No, it's going to come with the New England map. Yes, BP. Great One Moose will be on all maps that have moose, which gives us a lot of options. You're like 2 years too late, Elon. It's already happened. Have you thought about trying to keep the players happy right now? So they add little stuff, but they're working on something much bigger? Probably. I feel like they will be. I mean, this is pretty big right here. I don't think you guys realize how much work it takes to design like a skin system from scratch. Same with adding animals to old reserves. Like, that stuff takes a lot of time. Especially with the animals to old reserves, because you have to create pathing, you have to create need zones, you have to make sure that nothing's going to interfere with existing stuff on the map. Like, I imagine it took a lot of time to get that stuff done. Yes, Tuck, Great One Moose is confirmed, and they've also said that, Moose will be able to go aggressive finally. They made a lot of, cool changes with this update. There's a skin system in the game, Graham. With this new update, there's going to be weapon skins that we can interchange on all of the weapons. It looked like they showed off about 20, maybe 25 different weapon skins, and we can put them on any of the guns. And the skins that you own, I believe will depend on what DLCs you have. I believe Jaxie said that there would be 2 for every map. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Yeah, bro. Everything's mean now. Every animal in Call of the Wild is going to be absolutely destroying us. Yeah, Dalton, there's going to be a weapon skin system added to the game. You counted 48 different weapon options? That's pretty wild. The skins are only going to cost in-game money. It's only going to be in-game money. I believe from what he was saying, the skins are going to come with the DLC maps. As well as both Leighton and Hirsch having a couple skins that come with them as well. So from what he was saying, it sounds like you're going to get a few skins when you purchase the game, and then for every DLC map, you'll get a couple more skins. Which I think's a cool system. It's going to make it so every map DLC has more content with it. I believe so, Tuck. I believe so. Yeah, me too, Johnny, me too. Yeah, bro, they're literally catering it to your playstyle. It's like they know what you want. Man, we are just blowing through these whitetail right now. Getting so many of them down so fast. I absolutely love it. Yeah, definitely, Cran. I'm glad that they're doing more free stuff as well. It's good to see. Nobody knows, Calman. They have not announced a release date. But if I were to take a guess based on previous history with releasing maps, if they've already announced it, I imagine it comes out within the month. I'm gonna call it right now. It's gonna come out within 4 weeks. We'll see, though. We will see. I'm hoping that they will do an early access as well so that we can get a chance to show the map off to you guys so you can actually make a decision without having to purchase the map on whether or not you like it. That'll be good if we can do that. We'll see, though. Yeah, I think suppressors could be cool if it's done properly. No, I don't have the black bear great one. I've got all the other great ones, but not a black bear. The black bear has eluded me. Unfortunately. Nice, Verkona, that's awesome. That is awesome to hear. Alright, 2 more down. Imagine a random great one black bear shows up even though I've only shot like 2 black bear. That'd be kind of cool. Probably never, Sam. I don't think they'll ever add a 50 cal rifle. Like an actual 50 BMG. I don't think they'll ever do that. I could see a 50 Beowulf maybe being added. It's a little bit more of a hunting round. You think December 6th? Maybe. That'd be awesome if it is. I know in the past people have asked that the map get released before Christmas by like a couple weeks just so you have time to get it as Christmas presents, so maybe they'll do that. Nice, Ethan, that's awesome. Yes, Columbia, the update will be on all platforms. What is the best weapon pack? The best weapon pack, in my opinion, is the Modern Rifles pack because of the ARs that come with it. The 308 AR is probably the best gun in the game. And so I definitely think that the Modern Rifle pack is the best DLC, or best weapon pack DLC. The handgun DLC they just released recently, though, is pretty good. The 243 handgun that's in it is one of those guns that never leaves my loadout whenever I'm hunting in multiplayer because it's just so weight saving and works just as good as the regular 243. Yes, Sam, that would be one of the weapon packs. It's not actually called Weapon Pack 5 or 6. Those are called Weapon Pack, or the Modern Rifles pack, and the Assorted Sidearms pack. That is 5 and 6. They didn't actually call them 5 and 6. They gave them like actual names. Ooh, don't want these turning small. I like this zone. Make sure that one gets out of here. Don't want him at this zone. Yeah, for Arcona, the bears are very tough to hunt right now because of those mountain lions. It's awesome to hear they're going to be giving them some changes. Was really hoping mountain lions would get a look at. It depends, Equity. If you want to do stacking of diamonds, you can do that to try and speed up the speed at which you get the level 1s. Right now, I prefer Call of the Wild, but Way of the Hunter's got a good future ahead of it. I mean, it can tuck, it's just, not very strong. 223 is a pretty weak round in the game, sadly. Real life, it would be doing great on deer, but for some reason, they made it not do well in Call of the Wild. Oh, they really did, Johnny? That's wild. I didn't know about that. Ooh, that's something we needed here. I've been trying to abandon this zone for so long. It's nice to see I've got a fence rack here, which means shortly I should be able to leave this zone and move this tent to somewhere better. Not sure, Christopher, not sure. They didn't mention that, but they did say that the drink time is being changed for them. That way they don't overlap the black bear. Yes, Columbia, you would be shooting the level 5 red deer if you're doing a herd management grind. Okay, these ones are not at their zone. I'm sorry to hear that, Enno. I'm sorry to hear that, my dude. I don't think so, Hypnose. I think it's just a new model. I don't think the racks are getting any adjustments. I think it's just the model of the Whitetail. At least from what he was saying, it sounds like it's the model. Hard to say, though. Maybe it will be the racks as well. Favorite gun to use for grinds? 300, even though it's not ethical on whitetail or red deer. It's still, I still use it because it kills them quicker. $216, $224. Man, we are just absolutely blazing through these zones. I'm so happy I've been able to abandon a lot of the zones for this grind and just focus on the best of the best. It has really sped things up. Okay, these are not at their zone. Let's do a quick reset. I don't have the 30-06 on me right now, Sam. That's the 300 Magnum. Oh, well, they never announced new racks for the Whitetail. They just said that Whitetail would get a rework to the model. That was the only thing that was really confirmed. We don't know if the racks will get changed. It's possible it might, but they never announced that racks would be changed. Yeah, Connor, I do, but I haven't done it in like 6 years. Due to just not having enough time to do it. Where are the Whitetail? Maybe I need to main menu. Half of them are not at their zone. Yeah, but they didn't specify Hypno, so I'm gonna just assume it's the model until we see elsewise. Or elsewards? Elsewise? English is tough, guys. It's tough. Me too, Rain. It is a very good-looking game. Oh, definitely, Alex. I would love to see that. Yeah, Jayden, it does sound pretty amazing. Maybe JK. I haven't decided yet. Because the new map is going to have black bear, so... I don't know if I'll do the grind on the new map, or if I'll do it on SRP, or if I'll do it on Mississippi. But eventually, after I get a couple more Great One Whitetail, we'll probably go back to the black bear grind and attempt to get our first Great One black bear. As for when that'll be, I'm not sure as of now. This is a zone I would love to be able to abandon. Please turn to level 1s. That would be much appreciated. A rifle, Connor. What animal would I like to see in upcoming updates? I would love to see the Pierre David's deer. That has been my #1 most wanted species for quite a while now. Would absolutely love to see it brought to the game. Yeah, Clay Drew. Definitely. Because Panda, blacktail actually would not be in Alaska. Those are Sitka blacktail that live there. Regular blacktail are not in Alaska. The Sitka blacktail are a subspecies of blacktail deer, and that is what would make sense on Yukon. I got a feeling they did it to SRP because SRP is a little bit closer to where blacktail would actually be. What if you find a great one on the early access? I don't know. I mean, I've done it before. I found a great one whitetail on Rancho during the AR early access. Although that was one of the few updates where we actually got to carry our saves over, so I actually got to keep that one. But with the way it works now, I wouldn't be able to keep it if I did get a great one in early access. But as of now, we haven't even got like any announcements as to whether or not we'll get early access. We'll have to see. Best deer to hunt money-wise? Easily red deer. Red deer give so much cash. They are an absolute gold mine. I believe Parquet is going to be collared peccary. The javelinas will be going to Parquet Fernando. Oh gosh, Shander, that's crazy. I didn't know there was that many different ways to say it. That is crazy. Yes, I do have a Discord, if one of the mods could bring that up. Well, it'll die eventually. Bobby, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Hype is right. I am so excited. It's gonna be so good, man. No, I've never got a great one off of Revontuli. I have just got great ones off of Leighton Lakes, Rancho Del Arroyo, and Tiawaroa. What about a plains map? That could be cool. .224. The other one we hit poorly, so I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, it's all up to personal preference, Felix. Everybody likes different maps in this game. My favorites have always been Tiawaroa, Silver Ridge Peaks, Revontuli Coast, maps like that. But there's a lot of people that like other maps. Me too, Hammy. The weapon skins are probably my favorite feature. Very excited for those. I've been wanting more customization in the game for so long. That's always been something that I have wondered why they've never done it. And floater. All right, that's amazing. Let's go over here. What days do I stream on? I stream every single day except for Wednesday and Saturday. Except for on, like, special occasions. Ooh, nice 3. Nice 3. That's a big boy 3 right there. That's a pretty good looking 3. The only people I ever mod on my channel, Tiniest, is, close friends, other mods for other streams. It has to be people that I know, you know, people that I personally know and talk to, because I have to be able to trust them. Yeah, Cannibal, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be nice. Everybody finally has their moose great one. Definitely wasn't the great one I wanted, but I had a feeling it was going to be moose. Even though I would have much preferred a fallow deer, or a black-tailed deer, or a mule deer, but the moose is still going to be cool. I'm still going to have fun grinding for it. How many great ones have I killed? All of the counters are at the top of the screen. That is all of our diamond and great one counts for both whitetail and red deer. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good one. 262, not bad. Actually, this is the mid-rack. At the quick glance that I gave it, it looked like the big rack, but it's actually mid-rack. Nice, though. That is diamond number 165 for whitetail. Now let's go see what we got going up here. I haven't ever played with iBuy Premiums, but I've talked to him a decent bit. And I do watch his streams from time to time. At some point, we might end up doing some content together. I know he plans to do YouTube soon. And whenever he jumps on the YouTube, we'll possibly have something going there. Maybe test some theories with great ones and things like that. Talk about the great ones. Imagine Mela. You were hiding, I see. Hey, we hit him. Nice. Did not expect that, but I'll take it. It depends, TG. Really depends. No, I don't stream on Twitch, Felix. I just stream on YouTube. I used to do Twitch, but as the channel got bigger, I decided to focus all of my energy into YouTube. 214. Alright, later, Janto, thanks for dropping down. Or dropping by. Gosh, the excitement got me unable to speak even worse than normal. I'm decently excited for the new map, Luke, but I'm more excited for all of the other stuff added. The map, it's just like, it's a new map. It's cool. But the other stuff being added with it is what I'm more excited about. All the new content has me just insanely excited. Gosh, look how quickly we're able to kill these deer now, guys. This is insane. I really need to eliminate a couple more zones from my grind so I can dedicate more tents to claiming. And then we're literally going to be zooming through. We'll probably be able to reach like 100 plus kills in an hour, just like we do with red deer. We are on the way to having a crazy fast grind. Just being able to do this with half of my zones now, being able to shoot them and then go to another tent to claim them is huge. It's so huge. Not gonna lie, I kind of hope we get a great one at this lake right here. I think that would be really nice. Would be really cool if we could get a great one at this lake. Because it's a lake I really don't think I've ever seen anybody kill a great one at. It's just like such a off the beaten path type of lake. Hoping we get our great one here. It's directly above Runaki Lake, Elon. No, Cody. The only animals that are getting a pop reset is moose. Obviously, because they're getting a new great one. And then mountain lions and mouflon. And I believe that's because of time, or like drink time changes. At least for mountain lion. Mouflon, I don't know if he mentioned what it was for. Gosh, we are just blazing through these zones. I love it. Oh, that's really unfortunate, Fabs. Try herd management. Essentially what you would do there with fallow deer. Just shoot 3s and above for fallow. Don't shoot the 2s or 1s. And eventually you should get a diamond. Are these all not shootable now? If so, that would be great. Yeah, that's a crazy one, CJO. I had a couple like that yesterday, I think. Some of them have some pretty high estimates. Nice, Lucas. Glad you're making some progress on your red deer. Where's the respawns from the 2 that we shot over there? Have they not come back here yet? I think there's a good chance they haven't come back. That's pretty cool. That's pretty crazy as well, Claydrew. It's pretty rare, TG. Albino caribou are very rare. Pretty much any albino in the game is pretty rare. Yeah, simple choices. It's a lot to take in. So much coming to Call of the Wild. You know, it's a really good time to be a Call of the Wild fan. We're getting spoiled this year, you know. Christmas came early. There's one right there. Let's boop this. Now, where's the others? Any more bucks? Typically, I have more than one shootable buck here, so... Yeah, there we go. That guy. That's a 1. Nice, we smoked him. Favorite map in my preference? I like Tiawaroa. Tiawaroa is a beautiful map with a lot of unique species and the best red deer map in the game, so it's my favorite. What do I do in my zones? I'll hit level 1. I abandon that zone and find a new one to place my setup at. Got a diamond moose, then 10 minutes later got an albino caribou. That is awesome, TG. Did they reveal info? Yes, they did, Dawn. They revealed quite a bit. We're getting a new map called the New England Mountains. No new species, but it is going to have 15 of the existing species, and the stuff coming along with the map is actually the real star of the show. We're getting a completely new weapon skin system with over 20 weapon skins on launch that can be put on any of the guns. We're going to get a bunch of species being added to older maps, like Blacktail to Silver Ridge Peaks. Medved is getting wolves and capercaillies, and all the other maps are getting new species as well. And then we've got the 50 caliber inline muzzleloader coming with the new map. Oh, am I missing anything else? Was there anything else? There's so much to remember. I can't remember if I remembered it all. Pretty bad when there's so much to remember you can't remember if you remembered. Man, this zone is being weird. Such a late zone. So strange. It is what it is, though. Yeah, pretty much, Johnny. And if I were to take a guess, it's probably going to be the same thing, just named different. But it could just be completely new. Yeah, Cheetah, we got a new map. Maybe Elon, but we don't even know if Greater Kudu was meant to be on the list. I'm going to say this again, because there's definitely some new people in here that were not in here earlier when I said it. When Jaxie was reading off the list of species being added, one of his lists said Greater Kudu to Africa. His other list said Eurasian Widgeon to Africa. So, if you ask me, I think it's more likely to be the Widgeon because that's an existing species. And my guess is somebody gave him the wrong list that said Kudu on it. So, maybe in the future we'll get Greater Kudu? I'd say that's more likely. But it's so hard to know until they actually come out with a correction on it and say which one of those two species is actually being added. Yeah, Cheetah, we got a great one moose as well. Yes, Pip, I do check them. Probably once every couple days I'll go around my old zones and look to see if anything has arrived there. I actually did that last night and found a giant diamond in one of the zones I had abandoned. So it is good to check them every once in a while. Because I've even had some zones that I had abandoned quite a long time ago and they hadn't had anything new for, you know, days. Thousands of kills. Or, well, maybe a couple thousand kills, but you get what I mean. There were some zones where I hadn't needed to go for them for ages. And then all of a sudden, they ended up getting a new respawn from who knows where. So it's definitely worth going over them every few days just to see. Yeah, they're pretty rare, Jaren. Anything albino is rare. Hey, Arkin, how's it going? Nobody knows, Josiah. They haven't announced anything regarding, like, early accesses, so at this point, we don't even know if we're getting early access. We'll find out soon enough, though. When is the update? No release date as of now. There he is. There's the mail. Definitely not going to be able to hit that shot. We'll just get that one. And then try to thread the needle. Wow. Okay, we actually got through the bush. That's crazy. Oh, true Hypnos. I guess I do forget to take into account that I grind 8 hours a day. And that not everybody's got that, that amount of time to play the game. Yeah, so I guess a better way to put it is, like, every maybe 500 kills, go check your other zones. What gun do I use for the grinds? I use a mix of the 300 Magnum and the 308. These are the two guns that I use for like 90% of my grinding. No, white and brown turkey is not rare. Or light brown turkey is not rare. YouTube's my full-time job, Elon. I've been lucky enough, thanks to all of you that watch the streams and videos every day, I've been lucky enough to be able to do this full-time. I am insanely grateful for it as well. Crayfish, thank you for the 5 months, dude. Fun fact, 5 is a prime number, and it's been 5 months, so I'm happy. Nice! Welcome back, Crayfish. Welcome back, man. Is there any rare fur types for the Great One? Just the Great One Whitetail. The Great One Whitetail is the only one with rare fur types. It has the Fabled Piebald, it's got Albino and Melanistic. Yes, Braxton, I do use the 300 for Whitetail because it kills them faster. And on a grind, your time is valuable, you know? When you're grinding, you want to make sure you're spending as little time on each kill as possible. And so the 300 Magnum just speeds up the kill time by quite a lot on shots where you're not comfortable or shots that you think you might mess up. Using the 300 just ensures that you're not going to have to track them, which is a massive waste of time in a grind. The only time I use the 308 for the Whitetail is if everything's really close, and also if there's a diamond. Like for this zone right here, if we have a couple of them close that are broadside, I'll probably use the 308. Yes! I think I can abandon the zone. Because Fence Rack level 2s score about the same as the Fence Rack level 1s, so I believe I can abandon this. I don't think I ever have to hunt this zone again, which makes me so happy. I've been trying to get rid of this zone for so long. We're not going to grab our tent yet, though. I gotta ensure that nothing else is going to go there, so we'll do a couple runs before we actually remove that tent. Oh, I've seen that happen, Lucas. I've had that happen. How much money do you need to start a grind? You don't need any money to start a grind. You can start without using tents and stuff. Like, a while back I did a series called Great One Before Level 60. Unfortunately, never finished the series, but during that series, I started with nothing. I started from level 1, no money or anything. I just used the free tents that I started with and grinded red deer. And then as we got more money, I would buy more tents and slowly get my setup built from scratch. Wait, that's a new level 1. Okay, we're actually going to want to kill one of those ones once I figure out which one is in each herd. Tents are a DLC, Felix, and then you can purchase them in-game with money. With your in-game currency. Sadly, no, Victor, they have not announced a release date. Hey, there we go. That's a diamond. 257. Beautiful. And 242. All right, let's raise up the diamond count to 166. Did we kill another one? I don't believe so. I think we're good. Yeah, farther render distance would be cool, but I believe there's limitations with their graphics engine that makes it hard for them to do that due to performance-related things. Oh, thought I was 0 to 150. I didn't even look. There we go. There we go. Hey, NRT, how's it going, man? We're not sure, War. The Greater Kudu is not confirmed. Jaxie was given 2 different lists that say different things for Virhonga, so it's either Eurasian Widgeon or Greater Kudu. Most likely it's Eurasian Widgeon. I imagine the Kudu was a typo. Or not a typo, but accidentally put on there. Which still makes me think, you know, how did he get 2 different lists, and how did one of them say Greater Kudu? Does that mean we're gonna get it in the future? Really feels like it might be a little hint towards something that'll happen in the future. I hope, at least. But it's unfortunate that he was given 2 different lists, because now half the people are going to be expecting Greater Kudu, and we don't know if we're actually going to get it. Not sure, Lucas. I actually don't remember. I'm not sure how many of them I've got. Also, guys, I'm going to be eating up my lunch. So, apologies if I go silent for a couple seconds. But believe me, it's to save you guys from having to hear me chewing my food. Oh, you know, Ben, only the best of the best. Chicken nuggets and sweet potato french fries. Dude, what is up with this zone? They're so late. 3 runs in a row. What is happening to them? There we go. Just need to do another time reset, and now they're here. And no bucks, though. Where did the bucks go? Little concerning, but you know, I guess it is what it is. Nothing so far. Can you guys please move? Why aren't they fleeing? There we go. Finally. I might be able to abandon the zone soon. It's all level 1s and fence rack 2s. At least from what I can tell, it definitely could change. We might just not have all the respawns here, but it's looking good. Yeah, no full pop resets, just on specific species. With those species being the moose, mountain lion, and mouflon. Alright, okay, nothing there. Oh no, guys. The worst thing just happened. Barbecue sauce on my shirt. That is not good. That is the last thing I wanted to have happen. Hello, sir? Why weren't you there before? Yes, true. Better than on the keyboard. Yes, very true. Luckily, I don't eat over the keyboard, though, so the keyboard is safe. Did I just brain shot it? I think I did. I think I actually hit that brain shot. Wow. You know, honestly, the more I think about it, I kind of just want to turn this zone right here into twos and small twos and ones, and then keep these two zones and just like put the tents as claiming tents over here. I think that would be good. What level Rocky Mountain Elk should I shoot to increase my chances at diamonds? 3s and above. No. They're not going to be getting reset, Nate. The new models will not warrant a reset. Only reason moose are getting reset is because of the Great One. I don't know how they've done it, but they've somehow managed to find a way to where they don't need to reset them. Which is honestly great. It's awesome to hear. No, Rain. It does not affect the fur types. Nothing here. Okay. Okay. Not sure, Constantine. Not sure. They didn't mention. Yeah, I bet, Aquity, I bet. Probably does take a good bit of time. What time did we start streaming, guys? Did we start streaming at, like 12:15? I think we did. How have we already been streaming for an hour and a half? That is crazy. Time is just flying by when the Whitetail are in such a good spot. However, doesn't make them get to their zones on time, that's for sure. It's not going to be red deer, black bear, and whitetail on one map, Tyler. It's going to be the Great One moose, Great One black bear, and Great One whitetail on the same map. Red deer will not be on it. What's my favorite fur type? It depends on the species. I typically lean towards melanistic, but the albinos look phenomenal on some species as well. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty sad about it too, Caitlin. Hopefully they won't, though. I'm hoping that they've learned with that from, every bit of feedback that we've been giving them. That we don't like mountain lions next to everything else. Got a level 2 albino whitetail that didn't score a diamond. He had a max of 268. Nice, Chicken McNugget. That's awesome, man. That's a good one. Yeah, that would be cool, Constantine. That would be a cool addition to Hirsch. Though I'm happy that they gave it pheasants. That one was also nice to hear about. Yes, exactly, Caitlin. That would make more sense as well. Mountain lions are typically in the higher elevations. Though they do come down into the lower elevation areas when they're hunting, so... maybe, I don't know. Whoa, there we go. Oh, I thought it was double. It's one level 3, still good. Still nice to see. Pheasants are being added to Hirschfelden and Quattro Colinas. I don't know, bro. I think that'd be really difficult because you wouldn't have enough tents to cover every animal. I think you would have to grind one, and then when you get it, switch to the next, and then switch to the next. All on the same map. I don't think you could do them all at once. I mean, maybe, but it would take an absurdly long time to finish. Ah. Well, that's a floater. I believe this is the diamond, though. Me too, Rain. I'm so excited for the update. It's gonna be phenomenal. 258 diamond. You guys ready? 167. Diamond number 167 for the whitetail. Really starting to get them popping up every run. Love to see it. Yeah, definitely, Ben. I was very surprised to see raccoons there, but very happy as well. Raccoon needed another map. I was tired of having to go to Mississippi for them, because Mississippi is not one of my favorite maps nowadays. I feel like Mississippi was a map that had so much potential and sadly just wasn't as good as it could have been. Andu, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the green name and chat, special badge icon, all the awesome emotes, ability to use commands, access to private Discord channels once you link Discord to YouTube, and access to my scrap content on the channel. Really appreciate it. Let's get these to move around a little bit. Where's that other buck? There he is. I think we did it. I think this zone is finally one we can abandon. I don't see any new respawns here. Let me go up and check the zone to see if it says 4 or 5. If it says 4, we can officially take our setup and move it somewhere else. Thank you, Andrew. I'm really glad that you enjoy the content. Nice, Sarah. That's awesome. Hey, Cam. We need wood ducks on Mississippi. That would be pretty awesome. I think it's cool to get the teal there, but... Oh. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's all fence racks. We can leave this zone. Let's go. Yes, NRT. The biggest thing that I would recommend though is make sure that it's at its max amount of animals. So like for example, let's say you have a zone that started with 7 whitetail. And let's say it had 5 bucks and 2 does, right? You shoot 5 bucks, you get like 4 of them to become level 1s, and then like the 5th buck just never shows up again. Sometime down the road, you could get that buck to come back as a respawn from one of the other zones. So always make sure that a zone is at its maximum capacity before you decide to abandon it. Otherwise, you never know if something else could pop up there. And so like this zone right here, I know for a fact that this herd can't have more than 5 deer. Because the majority of whitetail herds on the map are 5 deer. The only time you see them be larger is if it's one of the mega herds. But in most cases, it's herds of 5. This was a herd of 5 when I found it. And so I know for a fact that it is at a point where it can't get anything else in it. So we can officially abandon this zone. That's the biggest recommendation I have, is to make sure that it truly is not going to get anything else there. And then if you go, like, let's say, you know, 5 runs and don't see anything else showing up there after hunting around the rest of the map, then I'd say it's probably safe to abandon it, but I would recommend checking on it once every 500 kills or so, just to make sure that you didn't randomly get one to go there. Those 2 can stay. Looks like we don't have the respawns back here yet. What do I think the Great One Moose will look like? I don't know. My guess is, well, I'm hoping a non-typical rack. The only thing that we know as of now is that Jaxie said there's going to be a crazy amount of fur variations. I believe he said 5, which is wild. If there's a ton of different fur variations, that's pretty exciting. Now, it's hard to say what the racks will look like, though. I'm hoping for some non-typical moose racks. That would be pretty sick. I don't know, Ben, maybe. I feel like people wouldn't be happy if it was just 1 rack, though. My guess is 5 racks, 5 fur types, and they can all, like, be interchangeable between each other to give you a possibility of 25 different combinations, you know? Because think about it, if they did 5 racks and 5 fur types, you could get that rack on, you could get all 5 racks on each fur type. That'd be like 25 different combinations of racks and fur types. That'd be amazing. If that's possible, it's going to be a great one where you could grind to get 20 Great One Moose maybe, and still not have them all. If they do it that way, that would be really awesome. Oh, we just got a random respawn here? We've got 3 of them now again? Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, no problem, Rylan. No problem, man. Should you shoot 5 and above in the bear or 6 and above? I don't remember. For the bears, it's either 5 and above or 4 and above. I can't remember. I think it's 5 and above. I do believe it's 5 and above. Yeah, Big Hunter, I did know. I did hear that. I just forgot to mention it in the video today. Holy whitetail. Getting smoked left and right. Would anybody be able to tell me how long we've been streaming? I feel like I went live like an hour and a half ago or like an hour and 40 minutes ago, but I can't remember. Okay, there's a shootable buck. You know, the more I think about it, the more I kind of don't want this zone to turn to all ones. I kind of want to make it so the zone over here turns to all ones. This zone right here. I don't want to have to hunt this one because it's in the reeds. But this zone has so many deer that I feel like I want to... continue using this zone, so we might try to pick out which ones are from each herd and shoot a couple of these level 1s. Oh, reloading. Rip. An hour and 53. Wow, we've been going a lot longer than I thought we were. Time has just flown by with the whitetail grind being the way it is. And no, whitetail do not get a pop reset. They don't. I'm not sure where she heard that, but they don't, writers. The only pop resets are mountain lion, mouflon, and moose. The only reason moose are getting reset is because they're getting a great one. The actual model changes do not require a population reset. Jaxie said that in the stream. I know, right, Rain? It's crazy. To be honest, I don't have Rocky or Great One Moose as my, like, top 3. My top 3 great ones that I wanted were blacktail deer, mule deer, and fallow deer. With Roosevelt elk being 4th and Rocky elk being 5th. A moose was number 6 for me. Welcome back, Tiger. A reindeer would be cool, but it's not like a top 5 for me, you know? No, the moose didn't get a model change a couple months ago. It got a fur texture change, I believe. Right? I remember seeing a couple people put videos out talking about new fur on the moose. I think it was just fur that they changed. And now with this update, supposedly we're getting a full model rework, which is pretty cool. Interested to see what it's going to look like. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was just the fur texture, which is still cool. And it was honestly the thing that kind of triggered me into thinking that maybe moose was going to be the next one. The second that I saw that there was new fur textures for the moose, it kind of made me think that there's got to be something in the works for them. Turns out there was. Nice, catch and cook. That's awesome. Oh, I definitely will be trying, Davin, but there's not gonna be a reset for whitetail. There is no reset for the whitetail. The only things getting reset are moose, mountain lion, and mouflon. Yeah, pretty much extreme. I think so as well. I think the majority of us did expect it to be moose. Yeah, that is a pretty massive one as well, Freaky. That is pretty massive. Why mouflon? Time changes, I believe. I believe they're gonna have new need zones. I believe so, at least. That's the only thing that would make sense, because people hated that they were at night. So I would imagine that they're probably getting some changes. Because I know Mountain Lion are getting a change, and they're getting a reset because of it. So my guess is it's probably a need zone time changes for the Mouflon. Yeah, don't worry, Cultures. There's no population reset for the Whitetail. I don't know how that got started. I don't know why people think that that's what's happening. Because Jaxie pretty clearly said that it was just going to be the Mountain Lion, the Mouflon, and the Moose. And that the Whitetail and Red Deer and stuff like that would not be getting reset. $162. Not sure, Big Hunter. I don't know what I'm going to take the next one with. Most likely something a little bit more challenging. We're going to stack the next great one we find, though. Next great one that we find is getting stacked. However, whenever the new update comes out, I probably will kill it right before then, just to make sure that no bugs happen. Because we have seen some bugs happen with updates that affected stuff that was on the map before, so we'll probably end up killing whatever great ones we get a few days before the next big update hits. Not sure, Carlos. I would guess maybe early or mid-December. That's going to be my guess for it. I mean, to be fair, Extreme, I think the reason the map is lackluster is because of all the other content being added. Because when you think about it, they've only got a certain amount of people to develop the game and new content for it. So if they're going to be adding stuff like weapon skins, Great One Moose, animals to the older reserves, they would have to put less work into anything else that they're working on. And that just happens to be the map. And so I imagine that the map has no new species because of the fact that they did so much else with this update for like free stuff. So naturally, the map wasn't going to be quite as impressive if they got to put a bunch of work into designing stuff like a weapon skin system and adding animals to the old maps, because that takes a lot of time. Creating all the pathing and zone schedules and stuff on old maps for new species being added to them, making sure that it doesn't coincide or not coincide, making sure that it doesn't conflict with any of the existing stuff on there, like that takes a lot of time and manpower. And they're not the biggest team in the world. EW, or at least not necessarily EW, but the Hunter Call of the Wild's team isn't exactly huge. Yeah, Thomas, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the new map too much. It's probably not going to be like a favorite map of mine, but I'm more interested in the other stuff being brought in. Yeah, Kathy, they told us it's a Moose Great One. It's going to be a Moose Great One coming with the update. And Jaxie said there's going to be 5 different fur types. So that's pretty amazing. Yeah, Kathy, it's going to be crazy. I am so excited for it. Unfortunately, not really, Kathy, because there's going to be a population reset for the moose. So any of the progress that anybody has is going to be reset. The only stuff that is going to get... The only stuff that's going to get reset, though, is Moose, Mountain Lion, and Mouflon. Everything else will be unchanged. Only a solo doe? Huh. Our zones are doing some strange stuff. Hey, Kian, you haven't missed too much. We just got a few level 3s. That's about it. Nothing there. Yeah, extreme true, but the zones will move around because of the resets, so she's still gonna have to move a lot of stuff around, unfortunately. It's gonna be the same for me. I'm gonna have to move stuff on my medved, because I had started up the moose grind on medved, and I'm probably not even gonna continue the moose grind on medved now until the great one comes out, because I don't want to have to move all of my stuff around. Right now, I've only got a few setups on there, so there we go. There's a level 3. I think I'm just gonna wait for the Great One Moose to get released before I continue moose grinding. How is that not vitals? Explain. Call of the Wild, what are you doing? Was it too high? I might have been too high. That might have been the problem. If it stops, though, we should be able to... Boop! Just like that. And there's an extra deer here. What is it? 2 does. I saw a third one. Not sure where it went, though, but we got it. We got the diamond. You become a member by clicking the join button. If there's no join button, use the link in the description. Yeah, Kathy, if there even is still initial spawns, I haven't seen anybody get an initial spawn great one in a long time. Have you guys noticed that? I have not heard anybody tell me that they got an initial spawn great one in a while. Though I guess that could just be because it's been a bit since we've had any population resets. Hey Blitz, how's it going? If you haven't already, I would definitely recommend checking out the video I put out today. This next update's pretty massive. New map, new great one, weapon skins, so much good stuff coming. You don't think they exist anymore? Yeah, I'm kind of getting that feeling as well. I haven't heard anybody talking about them recently. 261 diamond. There we go. Beautiful. How? What? What? Did I didn't aim that high, did I? I don't remember aiming over to the right. I definitely didn't aim to the right. That's a strange one. Very strange. But at least we recovered it. Barely. Alright, well, Diamond 168 is a good looking one. One of my favorite wrecks. I mean, maybe it was because we were... I guess it could be because we were 120 meters away, but still being 30 meters closer than the zero distance shouldn't make it rise that much. I'm just gonna chalk it up to Call of the Wild stuff. I'm excited for it, None. I think it'll be fun. It's not my, like, top 5 picks for a great one, but it'll still be really fun. Definitely extreme. That is my #1 one for the game. Besides weapon skins, it's the possibility of non-typicals in the future that I really hope to see. Yeah, Connor, go ahead. Just check the link in the description. There should be a link to the Discord in the description, or one of the mods can drop it in chat. Yeah, Blitz, I'm excited too. The way I see it is they kind of went light on the map so that they could bring us all of these crazy updates, like the crazy free updates to old maps, the weapon skin system, things like that. I feel like they were making it a possibility so that that's not even a sentence. Hold on. Let me rethink. I think the reason that they did kind of a basic map is so that they could have time and manpower to make all of these other changes. English is difficult, guys. Oh, and also, again, I'm going to mention this since there's more people in here now. We don't know if Greater Kudu is actually coming because Jaxie Beard had two different lists. One of them said Eurasian Widgeon, one of them said Greater Kudu. We don't know which one is actually coming. So there's a possibility that Greater Kudu was not intended to be on there. And if you ask me, I don't think it was intended to be on there. None of the other maps are getting new species besides the green-winged teal. And I don't think it would make sense to have Greater Kudu and Lesser Kudu on the map. I feel like they would save Greater Kudu for the future if we get an Africa 2.0. I really feel like they weren't supposed to have Greater Kudu on there. Because his final... No, he didn't, Blitz. He said that at first, but then at the end, he had a different list that said Eurasian Widgeon. And so he has to confirm with the team which one is actually getting added. He said that towards the end of the stream. So I'm not going to assume that there's Greater Kudu coming, because there's a very high chance that that was not supposed to be there. But that brings me to something else if that wasn't supposed to be there. Why was it on there if it isn't coming? Is that maybe a hint to the future? If that wasn't supposed to be on there, who put it there and why was it there? That's what I'm thinking about now. Like, is there maybe some future possibilities with that? I think that's pretty likely. Gosh, which herd is which? I hate it when the herds mix like this. I don't know which one is which. One, two does over there. Man, I'm gonna have to try and get these herds separated at some point so I can take out a couple of these level 1s, because I don't want the ones at this zone. I don't want them here. Yeah, Sawyer, it's gonna be nice to have ducks on Mississippi. That is something the map really needed. Yeah, I feel you on that, Blitz. If it's not actually coming, I think that was a major slip up. But it makes me think that that might be something coming in the future if it was on the list. Because why else would it be on the list unless it was something that's going to eventually come? Oh, hold on. I think I just missed a membership. Plus Cultures, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the green name in chat, special badge icon, all the awesome emotes, ability to use commands, access to private Discord channels once you link Discord to YouTube, and access to my scrap content on the channel. Really appreciate it. Alright, where's the other shootable buck? Right there. We're not going to talk about that. Member is 99 cents. Oh, that's fine, Caden. 30.6 is great for Whitetail. But, please try not to spam the same question. Yeah, 308's great, Plus. 308's great. Yeah, definitely Blitz. In my opinion, though, I think the weapon skins is my favorite. Like, hearing about weapon skins and seeing the layout of it and stuff, man, I am excited for weapon skins. I've been wanting skins in the game for so long. Just so there's more customizability. Because that's huge for me. Customizability is huge. Variety is huge. It's also interesting to see the new map is going to have 3 different great ones for us to grind. So it's going to give us more options for the Great One grind. Surprised we hit that, but I'll take it. Should you keep your level 3 Whitetail, even though it might be a troll for the stacking? Yes, it's still going to be a high enough scoring animal, you know? It's still going to score pretty high. So I would say go for it. No, it's not weird for turkeys to be on Layton. There's turkeys here in Oregon, which is right next to Washington, which is where Layton is based. So it's actually pretty realistic. Yes, CW, we are grinding for another Great One Whitetail. Because I still don't have my favorite rack. I still really badly want to get the typical looking rack. I'm using the 300 Magnum, Caden. I just use it to speed up the kill time so I don't have to run as far to claim them. It saves quite a bit of time when you're grinding. The only time I shoot ones on the grind cultures is if I don't want them in the zone that they spawned in. So like, for example, let's say we're in this zone right here. This is one of my favorite grinding zones, so if I get extra level 1s that I don't want there, then I end up shooting them typically. But for the most part with the Whitetail, you don't want to shoot the 1s if you're doing herd management. Okay, we have another tent. Where are we going to place it? I'm thinking over here at this zone is where we're going to have to do it. Yeah, definitely that one. And then I'd like to eventually fill this zone with 1 so that I can abandon it. And just focus on these 2 zones for here. It's going good, Jordan. It's going good. The new map is the New England Mountains, Spencer. Which is based in the East Coast United States. Which is actually, believe it or not, one of the top 5 most requested locations for Call of the Wild. I know that most of you think that Africa and Australia are the only 2 maps that people request, but East Coast United States has been a very highly requested one throughout the years. I see so many requests for like specific states on the East Coast. It was one of those things where they were bound to do it eventually. And I think this was the right way to do it. Do it with a update where the map isn't the main focus, but everything else is, but we're still getting a map that's been requested a lot. Because a lot of people that play the Hunter Call of the Wild live on the East Coast of the US. And they've been wanting a map for so long that is based in that area. Even though it may not be my #1 choice, it still was a very highly requested area. And so I think bringing it in with an update where there's no new species, but a lot of other quality of life stuff and new features throughout the game, I think it was a good way to do it. Aquity, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. That is super, super generous of you. Enjoy the green name in chat, special badge icon, all the awesome emotes, ability to use commands, access to private Discord channels once using Discord to YouTube, and access to my scrap content on the channel. Really appreciate it. Oregon and Washington are very similar, and since Layton's based in Washington, I don't think they'd ever do an Oregon map. They kind of just do it in... They do it like a map for a specific area. It's like loosely based off of the area. Yes, there is going to be raccoons on the new map. They did confirm raccoons will be on the new map, which is actually awesome. Well, you gotta think about something else, Blitz. They have to compete with Way of the Hunter now. And so, releasing a bunch of free content like this is honestly the move. From like a business standpoint, getting a bunch of free content into the game like this instead of focusing on the paid map, it's honestly the best move they could have done, considering the competition and the fact that Ultimate Hunting is going to be coming out like beginning or mid next year or whenever it ends up coming out. I think this was a good move, and I wouldn't be surprised if the next map is massive. My guess is they wanted to get a update with a bunch of free stuff in first. Because Way of the Hunter just released a whole weapon pack for free. Call of the Wild needed to do something for the free-to-play players. We haven't actually seen them though, Giga. We haven't actually seen how the system works. It looks like there's gonna be lots of different combinations. Alright, nothing here besides that single level 1. If you want to check out all the new things, I would recommend checking out my video that I posted this morning, Trevor. I mean, that's fine, Giga. I don't mind about that. I don't care if it's the same as in Gen 0. It's something we didn't have in Call of the Wild, and it's a cool system. I mean, you could literally say the same thing about half of the things in Gen 0. You could just say, oh, well, it's literally just the same thing that was in Call of the Wild. Like, a majority of the trees and bushes on the map are just ported over from maps like Hirschfelden. Naturally, 2 games on the same engine, made by the same studio, are going to have some things that cross over because they just fit so well with each other. All I'm saying is, let's actually see how it works before we judge it, you know? Because right now, all we saw was that there is skins. They didn't show us, how they're gonna look on the guns. To be honest, Blitz, I don't care about Hirschfelden. I'm happy we got pheasants, but I couldn't care less about Hirschfelden. I would take skins over Hirschfelden improvements any day, because I don't like Hirschfelden as a map. I don't think it's a great map. It's my least favorite map of all time right now. I would much rather have customizability to make my guns look different from the next person's than more changes to Hirschfelden. They've already reworked Hirschfelden once. Didn't do anything for me. Didn't make me like the map even anymore. Pheasants on there is cool, but I doubt I'm going to play Hirschfelden even with pheasants. Yeah, but at this point, Blitz, I've kind of just accepted the fact that the older maps are never going to get the love that the newer maps do. Because they're so old, they've got so much outdated stuff that is difficult to move away from. In my opinion, in order to make Hirschfelden good, they would actually have to redesign a lot of the map. They would have to remove a lot of brush from the shorelines. They would have to completely redistribute where the animals are located once again. They would have to recreate, like, how the spawning works on there, because animals are just inconsistent, just like Layton. Layton's got the same issue. Animals are very inconsistent, which has been a problem for years. I think Hirschfelden is past saving. I think the state that it's in right now is pretty much all we're gonna get for it. I don't think they can really do much else to improve it. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Hope you've been doing great. Hipfire the next great one? I already did a hipfire on the Great One Red Deer. We hipfired one with the Glock. But maybe we'll do it with the 45 at some point. It's just harder to get a clean hipfire shot on a whitetail because they're smaller than the red deer, so I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. Anything here? Nope. Okay. Alright guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end it there. We've been going for more than I typically do. But, really appreciate you all dropping by. It was quite the, unexpected surprise to get all of this news dropped on us today. But, it's got me excited. Very excited for the future of the game. I got a feeling this is just the beginning. If they're doing this for the December update or November, or whenever they drop it, I just can't wait to see what 2023 holds. But anyway, thank you all for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!